It's week 2 of the NFL preseason, where depth charts and playbooks will be put to the test. It's the Raiders and the Rams, and it's all up next on EA Sports.
From the second largest city in the U.S., Los Angeles, California, we've got football as EA Sports coverage of the NFL is on the air. And tonight we've got a preseason matchup as it'll be the Las Vegas Raiders taking on the Los Angeles Rams. Brandon Gaud and Charles Davis, happy to be back alongside you. And I'll tell you what, yes, it's just week 2 of the preseason, but now they've got one game under their belts. And a lot of guys trying to prove some stuff down on the field here today.
Not only that, these coaches like to win. And I used to think it really didn't matter who won in the preseason. Then I watched some of those shows that the NFL does. And you see the coaches in preseason after a loss jumping all...
And we are underway from SoFi Stadium. And this will go as a touchback, and they will begin things at the 25. And the Rams ready to go to work, and they will be led by the rookie, a man with some experience playing in big games, the 4th rounder from Georgia, Stetson Bennett.
For every rookie prospect, there are always nerves involved in this moment. Running your team out to start a game. But there's a reason they brought him in. We're willing to make him their starter today. They believe he can overcome those nerves and lead his team to a victory. We saw him do it at the collegiate level and really make himself into a leader and someone you can envision doing the exact same thing here in the NFL.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. First run now for Kyron Williams. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
Sometimes your philosophies get challenged at times you don't want them to. They did try to stick to the running game on the first 2 plays. Didn't amount to much.
And now facing a 3rd and long at the outset of this drive. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he's going to have a Rams first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Well, on 3rd down, he wanted to go to one of his most dependable targets, and that's who he found, his tight end there to pick up the first, Charles.
And you use the proper word there, dependable, and sometimes spectacular, because tight ends nowadays, they can do it all. But they're the guys you trust, especially across the middle of the field where there's traffic. He delivers, and they pick up nice yardage. All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it can turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
2nd down throw coming from Bennett. Finding Williams once more, complete. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. And Bennett will look to throw. Forced out to his left. And this turns into a nice gain with a slide at the end. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a first down.
I haven't met a quarterback yet that didn't enter the league with a massive chip on his shoulder if he wasn't a first-round pick. They want to show the league that they made a big mistake. Determined to get the first down there, no hesitation at all to tuck it and go. I bet he would have tried running through their entire defense if it meant reaching that marker.
We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle.
And it's complete. He's got it in the end zone. Touchdown, Rams. Tutu Atwell, a 22-yard touchdown grab. And the Rams put the Knights' first points on the board as they take the early lead. They said that they wanted to get him involved early, and what a way to cap their opening drive, Charles. We know he's one of the fastest receivers in the NFL, and he showcased it on that play.
And when you have a guy like that, you want to make sure the defense sees him early, right? You want to see how they're going to adjust, how they're going to try and guard him, because they can't replicate his speed in practice unless they've got one of the few guys who are as fast as he is. And all it took was one drive. He burned them, and I don't think it's the last time they call his number in this one.
And Abdullah will not try to bring it out. The Raiders offense heading out with their new man under center for 2023, the former Patriot, former 49er, Jimmy Garoppolo.
It's another typical season for Jimmy G last year. When he was out there, he was excellent, leading the 49ers to 7 wins and throwing 4 times as many touchdowns as interceptions. Then the injury bug bit again. But Las Vegas, they're counting on him being able to do the exact same thing they saw in San Francisco, but avoiding injury while doing so.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That's a good way to start the drive, 17 yards and a first down. Now the NFL's leading rusher a season ago, Josh Jacobs. Breaks the tackle, he's got room to run. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. It's another first down on what will be a gain of 21 yards. Well, no slow start here. A couple nice chunk plays back-to-back.
I love the momentum that they're showing here early because they did it both ways, right? Threw the ball on first down for a nice chunk of yardage. Came right back and ran the ball. Looks like they've got the defense set back on their heels. Let's see if they can keep this moving.
Now a play fake. Garoppolo. And the Rams got him. They bring him down. A well-designed corner blitz that gets him for a loss of 8 yards. Gotta imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on second down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. They fake the give. Now Garoppolo looks to throw. He'll let this go for Adams. And did he get in? No! They'll mark him out at the 1-yard line. It's a big play there for Vegas. 44 yards.
It's early, but announcer cliche alert here. Big players make big plays. Should I say in big games too? Ah, what the heck. And this defense, they're going to have to find some way to slow him down as this game goes on, because when this combination is going good, they can tear your secondary apart.
Jacobs is not going to get in. In fact, he'll lose a couple of yards back to the 3. A loss of 2 there, second down.
The short field shrinks even more with the type of bodies they brought in on that play. Those extra tight ends, they weren't able to secure their blocks, and that one ended up going backwards.
And this is going to be caught, but they'll say out of bounds. So it's incomplete. 4th and goal. This LA Rams defense will try to pull up once more. They go power. This is Johnson, the fullback. And he'll get him a bit closer as he's down to the 2-yard line. Only a yard there, so it brings up 4th and goal.
Well, there's a trust factor in that call. Turning and handing it to the big man in the backfield, trying to pick up the first down. But how about the defense? They were ready for him, and they were able to stop him.
The kick by Carlson is good. So a conservative decision there, but it does put him on the board.
And I know the players hate it and the coaches hate it, but sometimes you just got to take the points when they're there. Sometimes a field goal is pretty darn good.
From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. So the Rams coming back onto the field, their second drive of the game. And that last drive was very, very balanced, pretty methodical. You think they go that route again?
I'm always of the school that until they stop me from doing something, I'm going to continue. And I think that that's exactly what they'll look to do. But the beauty is the balance that they've created sets up opportunities for big plays. Looks like a run, turn it into a play action, and throw one deep.
2nd down and 4. Off play action. Here's Bennett. That's caught. It's 2-2 Atwell. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. A gain there of 21 yards. Now a first down carry. It's Williams. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. Bennett now to throw. Firing quickly, but it's incomplete. You know, during these preseason games, we're in week 2 right now, it's always funny looking at our spot charts up here in the booth because with all the guys that might play in this one, it seems to get bigger and bigger each year.
Yeah, we pretty much supersize them, don't we? Because, you know, remember, they're carrying 90 now. And with the new rules, they'll carry 90 all the way through the preseason before they make the final cut. Oh, yeah, a lot of guys to learn for these games.
Here comes the Rams punter now as he's on to punt for the first time tonight. And he'll get off a fairly short kick here as this is toward the sideline. And this one will not be returnable as it sails out of bounds. Second drive of the game coming up for this Las Vegas offense. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
On second down, Jacobs. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A pickup of 10, and it's enough for a Las Vegas first down.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy is setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and put the defense back on its heels.
There's Garoppolo on 1st and 10. Open man right side, Myers. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. Jacobs going to try the middle, and he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning it in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. They push him back 8 yards that time on 2nd down.
They've got a little over 30 yards of turf so far, but a sack knocks them backwards. And that interrupts the momentum they were building. Good opportunity for the defense to escape this drive before they get to the end zone.
So the sack of Garoppolo. And now what can they come up with on 3rd and long? Back to throw. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. That's Darian Beavers bringing him down for the sack. And that is the 3rd sack this offensive line has allowed this first quarter.
Man, that puts him on pace. Let me do the rudimentary math here. To be sacked 12 times in a game, I know he's not going to go for that. I wonder if it's going to reshape what they decide to do on offense in terms of play calling.
Well, I can tell you what, when he popped up, shaking his head, frustrated right now behind center. On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. Call that a 45-yard punt, just 2 yards there on the return. And the Rams will be backed up deep to begin the drive as they take over 1st and 10. A throw left side to start the drive is complete. And he works it across the 25 before being tackled. After one, 7-3 the score on EA Sports. Now a give up the middle to Williams. And he powers his way up past the 30.
Holding offense.
All right, so they got that one, Charles, against the center.
And let's remember how difficult it is for the center, because remember, he's got to snap the ball to put the play in motion, and sometimes you got that big guy on your nose.
Handoff, running left is Davis. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. That's a gain of 11. Well, they'll run it here on the jet sweep. On this one, it may need to go back to the drawing board. He's going to be swallowed up right away. 3rd and 4. And here comes throw number 1 for the backup QB. And he'll just toss it away. So he throws it away, and that brings up 4th down.
I'll tell you what, these last couple of drives, much better from a defensive perspective. They gave up a touchdown on the opening drive, and then after forcing a punt on their last possession, it looks like they're going to get the football back again.
And here comes Abdullah on the return. A very nice punt that time, but they get 11 back on the return. And it'll be Raiders football, 1st and 10. Las Vegas' offense back out there ready to go. Over on the sideline, hoping to hit that reset button between possessions. Last time out, they had to punt it away. This time, hoping to finish this thing off in the end zone. On 1st down, Garoppolo. That's complete into the hands of Myers. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. The catch and run going to wind up netting him 33 yards.
Well, he's certainly trying to earn his way into some more looks in the offense once the regular season heats up. If he continues to make plays like that, I think QB1 will look his way a little more often once the regular season begins.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. To throw is Garoppolo. It's caught here by touchdown Raiders. Devontae Adams, 38 yards. And the Raiders have taken the lead. And if you blinked, you probably missed that touchdown drive. It happened in a hurry.
I was just putting mustard on my hot dog, and all of a sudden he's in the end zone. I've got to do a better job of paying attention with this quick strike offense.
I thought you were going to tell your wife about the hot dogs in the booth thing.
I just did, didn't I?
Yeah, you did. You did. Now for the extra point, Daniel Carlson. And it's through, and that makes the lead 10-7. The long touchdown pass gets him 6 on a very, very tidy 2-play drive that time. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. So now here are the Rams as their offense comes back out. The last series for them, a little disappointing, forced to punt. And now they'll try to do better here and come away with some points as they begin this drive, 1st and 10. A 1st down throw here for Corral. He's able to find Melton. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
Oh, it's time to give more credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
The Rams on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. Now Corral. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
So now here in the second week of the preseason, you'd expect the starters play a little bit more than they did in week 1, but not a whole lot.
So if you're an offensive coordinator, what are you looking for?
What you're looking for is things getting cleaned up as you go along because most of your playbook's probably installed. How well are they handling it? Easy in and out of the huddle, no mental mistakes? Are they starting to look like a good offensive football team?
They'll net only 35 here following a 43-yard boot, 8-yard return. And the Raiders will take over now 1st and 10. Marching back onto the field now, Devontae Adams and company getting set to go. He's already approaching 100 yards and has the touchdown. I'm sure on that opposite sideline right now, they're scratching their heads saying, all right, what do we do?
And the hard part is, even if you limit him to a short catch, he has that make-you-miss ability to take it for big yardage and put in the end zone again. So trying to blanket him is very difficult, but ultimately, you've got to find a way to put him on the ground, tackle him, and he doesn't make that easy.
Well, they're struggling with that so far. Now here's a throw. It's complete. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. 22 yards on the catch and run, a 1st down.
So many times in my career, I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing, but as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down.
Not a run that you're going to write home about, but still a good 1st down run. That's what an offense calls staying on schedule. 3 to 4 yards on 1st down, you're set up very well for the rest of the drive.
Looking deep for Adams. Touchdown! Jimmy Garoppolo with his 2nd touchdown pass of this 1st half as his guys are able to extend their lead. What a 1st half he is compiling here. He's already over 100 yards receiving and now 2 touchdowns, CD.
Brandon, you know I don't like to play the game where you start projecting when you're at a certain point. But let's face it, he's off to a tremendous start. So 200 yards, 4 touchdowns. I don't think anything's out of the question right now. He's blowing up coverages. You've got to double him every snap. Otherwise, he's going to defeat you on almost every play.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. Taking it about the 1. And he won't quite make it to the 25. Now the Rams offense getting the football back. They find themselves down 17-7 as they start this drive 1st and 10. Now Corral. Man open, that's Anthony Schwartz. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. 16 yards right off the bat and a 1st down. Throwing here, Corral. Able to get this one to McBride. The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And that'll bring up 2nd down. Corral sets up play action. Got a man and he hits it. And I think the ball's out, but this will fortunately wind up out of bounds. Offensively, they're just not playing a very clean football game right now. This deficit, there's a fumble. Good news for them, at least. That went out of bounds.
You're exactly right, and as they breathe a sigh of relief, you know they're looking at the scoreboard, thinking to themselves, if we turn it over there, things could really get rough for us trying to make a comeback in this game.
He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
That was a terrific play, causing a loss. As a middle linebacker, simple. You can either fill holes or you can attack them, as he did there.
Corral now on 2nd down. That's to the right sideline, and it falls incomplete.
Well, he left no doubt about that one because even though he hasn't left the pocket, he's got a receiver in the area, so it's not grounding, even though there was no way that ball was going to be caught.
That is caught, and he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 33. He goes for 18 there as the drive will continue.
Yeah, these are the types of plays they're going to need to hit on if they're going to get back into this game. It hasn't been the greatest of first halves, but this is a nice throw here on third down, and they keep the drive going.
So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory. Down at the 33. Corral getting this ball out wide for Davis. So just 3 yards on the completion there, and it'll be 2nd down. Up the middle to Davis. And he's going to be close to a first down as he gets this to the Raiders' 24.
I think that run gives us evidence that the defense is getting a little bit tired out there. They've been out in the field for a long time, and that last run, they just cut right through them.
Now Corral on 3rd and 2. Oh, this will be incomplete. The rush gets home just as he was letting that go. That could have been worse. Instead, it's 4th down. Cade York on now for the field goal. From the right hash, it's a 41-yard attempt. York able to send this one through. And they're back within a touchdown. It's 17-10. So they get the 3. It was 4th and 1, and I think you were doing what I was doing. I was looking down at the sideline. I'm not sure the offensive unit wanted the 3. They wanted to go for it.
But when have we ever seen a unit that didn't want to go for it in that situation, right? Sometimes it's just way more important to have the points on the board than to worry about any type of a gamble.
And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21. The Raiders have the ball back, and here comes Devontae Adams to the field again. Making his presence felt early in this one. First half, already over the century mark.
How about the yards per completion, too? That's a pretty darn good number there. Number of catches, but he's shredding defenses, getting big yardage with each and every one of them.
As we thought they might do here in week 2 of the preseason, they'd left their starting quarterback out there for this second quarter. But I would imagine we will not see him after halftime.
Yeah, this is the time of year you've got to get your backup some reps and make sure you protect your starting quarterback.
And he'll be brought down here at the 28. 44 yards rushing for him now to this point. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. Garoppolo going to try and throw on 3rd. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have the Raiders first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
On play action, it's Garoppolo. He's going to float this one deep right side. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
They decided the opportunity was there and launched a deep ball, but he was unable to get away from the defender. Couldn't create space, couldn't uncover the end of the route, and that one winds up incomplete.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. The Raiders on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 11. On play action, now Garoppolo. And that will be incomplete.
That could be the stop this defense needed to get them back on track. They've been pretty well dissected by the offense here in the first half. After that possession, now they know that they can compete with this offense.
And on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. It's a 40-yard punt, 4 yards on the return. And the Rams will go on offense here with a 1st and 10. L.A. readies for its next possession. And after the field goal last time, see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you've met fan bases that wanted that, that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
From the 22, here's 2nd and 8. Corral looking to throw. And that one incomplete, but now a penalty flag coming in late. That might be PI.
Defense.
So pass interference, the call is so tough as a defender, I'd imagine, to time that up perfectly.
It certainly is difficult to get it exactly right because sometimes you're looking at getting there fractions of seconds too early. That one looked a little more obvious. Always a tough penalty to officiate. Just ask the basketball refs when they have to officiate block and charge.
2nd and 10, Corral again. And that one to the right side and incomplete.
Feels like they're getting caught in between here because that incompletion's on 1st and 2nd down. Now you got to worry a little bit about the clock because you prefer not to give them another shot here in the first half. But if you don't pick up the first down, guess what? You're likely going to have to.
This pass complete to Melton. And he'll get this only to about the 38 as they stop him a few yards shy of the line to gain. So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. Abdullah to return. Here comes the offense again, and let's focus on Josh Jacobs for a moment. He's been effective so far, over the 40-yard mark here in the 2nd quarter. Don't forget about those guys up front, though. They've been effective, too.
The leverage game has been in their favor. They've been the ones who've been able to bend their knees, drop their hips, and get a little bit lower than the guys on the other side of the football, and they've moved them out of the way for the runner.
Sometimes that's tough for those big fellas.
Not an easy thing for them to do.
2nd and a couple. Now Garoppolo. He finds his man, complete. It's Jacobs. It'll be a gain of just a yard, and it makes it 3rd down and 2 yards to go. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. Garoppolo looking to throw on 3rd and 2. Oh, he had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete.
The goal of anyone running a curl route is to make sure you try and get defenders on your back and shield them away from the football. But sometimes even when you run a good route, the defense finds a way to knock it away.
He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. This is brought in at the 21. We'll call this a 41-yard punt, 7 on the return. And that will come the offense as they take over. Well, the Rams going to take over late in this first half. And with him trailing, there is still enough time to try to string a few plays together, maybe get into field goal range. Corral to throw on 1st and 10. And he'll take this beyond the line of scrimmage as he slides to a hole. The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts. On 2nd down, here's Corral. Underneath, caught by the tight end, Allen. Now the Rams will signal for a timeout, their 2nd, as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. Pass taken in by his big tight end. The Rams going to be forced to use their 3rd and final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete. Now a 2nd and 10. Corral yet again going to throw it. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away. And now it's 3rd. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Corral. And down he goes. Brought down a Raiders sack. And they're going to take a timeout defensively. So with 4th down coming up, they go ahead and burn it and say we'll see what happens. This is taken at the 18. So we've reached halftime with the visiting Raiders out in front. As we'll send you eastward to Orlando. Standing by with that EA Sports halftime report now is Jonathan Coachman. Take it away, Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thank you very much. We'll get back to you and Charles in just a minute. Week 2 of the preseason is upon us. Each team now with just one more game after this one, and then we will get it all started as we normally do on the first Thursday.
Expect to see a good number of backups going forward as we are back and underway here in preseason week 2. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The Raider offense ready to go here to start the third quarter. And they've got the lead. CD, what do you think the message? A run to begin the second half with White. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down. And it appears we've got a member of the Rams shaken up on that last play. Well, injury's never good, especially here in the preseason. Hopefully nothing serious. They'll take a look at him, and we'll step aside for a moment. Play action. Now O'Connell. Wide open receiver complete. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Now it looks like we've got a Raider here, slow to get up. Well, you hate to see this before the regular season even begins. And we'll take a break and come back. More preseason action in a moment. Throwing on first down, O'Connell. And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete. Just a little beyond the reach there of his receiver. That's probably one he wishes he had back.
He wishes it had been 7-on-7 in practice, or maybe even routes versus air, because that's a completion he makes, 9.9 times out of 10? Just missed that one.
That'll leave him with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. Here's O'Connell. He's got his target. That's complete. And he is going to have the Raiders first down, and he's going to have it by plenty. Able to get 8 yards there on 3rd and 2.
And that one was a lot of fun right there because that was the game within the game. 3rd and short. Blitz was on. What's the key for the quarterback? Get out of your hands in a hurry. And that was a quick little completion. Got the job done for a first down.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. And O'Connell now to throw. It's caught by Hooper. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. And that one results in 35 yards.
They came out with an aggressive mindset to start the 3rd quarter, and I wouldn't be surprised to see them take more of these type of deep shots as this game moves along. They connected there. They expect to connect on more before this one's over.
It looks like a jumbo set with 3 tight ends here for 1st and goal. They'll try and run it. This is Bolden. And they'll bring him down after just a short pickup. Only a yard that time, 2nd and goal. And they'll run again. And this time he will get in. Touchdown Raiders.
Sometimes offenses can get too cute down near the goal line, but there's nothing fancy about this one. As Coach Lombardi would say, we get a seal here, and we get a seal here, and we run this play in the alley. And that's good work to hit the hole hard and finish in the end zone.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And the lead now up to 14. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. Now the attention turns back to the Rams offense as they get ready for their first possession of the 2nd half. They make their 2nd half debut here, and things are looking a little bit tougher now. You give up the points there, Charles, that touchdown drive on the other side. So now it's a 2-score game here. Got to be careful.
They certainly do, and I'm just wondering at halftime if those guys just looked into each other's eyes and realized what they've got to get done and come out a little bit more charged up, because if they don't get some kind of points here, that next drive, that could make this a 3-possession game.
Shoves him aside. Oh, he sheds himself free. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. That burst good for 20 and a first down.
I'm okay with the call there. In fact, I actually like it. I know they're down a couple of scores, but the running game worked in that situation. I would continue to go in that direction.
On first down, it's Cunningham. His throw incomplete. Fair to say, hasn't been his best game throwing the football, but also not getting a lot of help out there either.
Yeah, you nailed it pretty well, you know. He's got to throw it better. Got to get more help. Obviously one that should have been caught. They got to find a way to bring those 2 elements together so they can make some progress in this one.
He'll end up getting 5 out of that, but now they're looking at 3rd down. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Cunningham. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he is going to have a Rams first down. He needed 5. He got it barely, as it will officially go down as a gain of 5 yards.
First and 10 at the 41-yard line.
Now a handoff up the middle. Corbin. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
Cunningham to throw. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down. Off play action, it's Cunningham. And the Raiders have got him. Quincy Roche with a big-time sack on 3rd down. It's a loss of 7. Here comes the Rams punter now, as he'll come on to kick for a 6th time tonight. And this will be out of bounds, and they spot it at the 15-yard line. Not too bad. The Raiders heading out to take over. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways, because you know they're both motivated, they both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
O'Connell now on 2nd and 10. It's caught. This is White. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. Solid gain of 18 and a Raider first down.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the 3rd quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try to put the hammer down and finish this one off.
Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. Those are the plays this defense needs with the deficit they're facing.
It certainly is, and they've got to continue to swarm the football and hope that someone, while they're holding up the ball carrier, can get in there and rake it and lock it free. They need to get some takeaways as well.
4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. Throwing, O'Connell. Pressure comes, and down he goes. Multiple defenders getting to him there for a huge loss.
This is a little hard for me to compute because I'm watching sack after sack happen, but somehow they're still behind in the game. I would expect all of this defensive pressure to translate to them taking a lead. Thus far, it hasn't happened. Time's winding down. They don't want to waste this type of performance from these ace pass rushers.
Here's A.J. Cole now as he's on to punt for the 4th time tonight. The call for a fair catch, and it's made at about the 23-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt. And they will take over 1st and 10. They'll start this drive out on the ground. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Well, we saw a lot of negative plays that resulted in plenty of lost yardage in the first half, and that trend is continuing here.
Now Cunningham. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Isaac Rochelle in there to bury him for a loss of 11.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in 3rd and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Cunningham looking to throw. He's going to have the hook up to Schwartz. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 11, he goes down. Call it a loss of 2 there on the play. And that's going to make it 4th down. Here comes the Rams punter now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. He'll take it at the 42. It's a 45-yard punt, then 8 on the return. And this offense takes over in great shape right at the 50. 1st and 10. Now the Vegas offense heading back out there. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly, because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, in fact, you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
Still 3rd quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down.
Well, that was an okay hook up there with his tight end, but unfortunately, they didn't get the kind of yards they had hoped for. That's going to bring up 3rd down.
They'll try to pick this up on the ground with White. And an excellent job of finding the opening as he's got this now all the way down to the 22. That good for 19 and a 1st down.
Well, partner, what do you think? Might have been 4-down territory if they didn't pick it up, but...
Yeah, it's a moot point now. I was curious, so if they didn't get it there, would they have gone for it? I guess we'll never know.
Yeah, we didn't have to make that call, but I have a feeling both of us would have said, go for it.
They go right back to White here on 1st down. He'll be brought down short of the 15, but a really good move on the run. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. We'll return. Throwing on 2nd down. Here's O'Connell. He's got Hooper on the out route. His 5th catch tonight, and it's good for a 1st down. 5th catch of the game for him there.
Yeah, in the tight end position.
First down, here's White. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. 46 yards rushing for him now in the ball game. If nothing else, they've already taken a couple minutes off the clock here already as they come up second down. Now O'Connell. And that's going to be caught for a Raider touchdown. Davante Adams from 4 yards out. And the Raiders have put this one to bed here in the fourth quarter. He's got them out now to a 3-score lead here in the fourth quarter after that one, CD. And, well, he looked right off the line like he knew that that ball was coming his way, and he secured it for 6 points.
Yeah, and I think when you're leading by a healthy margin already, it actually loosens you up and allows you to take maybe a few more chances and definitely play with more confidence, because he certainly saw something he could exploit in the defense, and he made sure to let his quarterback know, just get it to me. And the rest was all up to him, and he delivered and made it a 3-score game.
And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. The Rams ready to go on offense. See if they can put this drive in the end zone, Charles, because it's been a little bit of a rough go at times. They've had to punt the football a ton in this ball game because of stalled out drives.
So are you saying that you're kind of tired of seeing the punter run out there and do his thing during this game? Is that what you're trying to say?
Well, I mean, I'm okay with it. I have a feeling that this offense, they don't want to see the punter again.
And frankly, the punter doesn't want to run out there anymore himself. He would love to see his offense put together a drive and give his leg a rest.
Here's Duggan to throw. Throw left side. There's Schwartz with it. And it appears we've got a member of the Rams shaken up on that last play. Well, injury's never good, especially here in the preseason. Hopefully nothing serious. They'll take a look at him, and we'll step aside for a moment. A tough spot here. 3rd and 15. Duggan. And that is incomplete.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
Fair catch called for and made, but now we'll have to see about the penalty.
Personal foul, roughing the kicker, defense.
That hurts. If it was running into the kicker, wouldn't be a first down. Roughing, it is a first.
And just think about the differences between the two. Running into the kicker almost feels inadvertent, just a small tap, so to speak. But when you rough him, usually bodies are hitting the ground and flying all different places. And the difference is 5 yards or 15. And in this case, that's a big play.
And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. 2nd down and 6 now.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6.
Flag comes in. This might be a free play. This pass complete to Melton.
Offside, defense.
So with the completed pass and the yardage they got, they'll decline the penalty.
So obviously more yards on the pass completion than they would have gained with the penalty. They did the math, they did it well, and it works for them.
Duggan will look to throw this. Dancing to his left. And he works his way past the line of scrimmage and then slides to a halt. He'll get 3 yards on the scramble there. It's 2nd down.
At their 48-yard line.
To throw is Duggan. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll get it down here to the 43. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Throwing, Duggan. And that play goes nowhere. Taken down, losing yardage at the 50, right at midfield. So that one a disaster. A big loss there with 2nd down coming up.
When you lose that kind of yardage on a pass play, you often expect it to be a sack. But that wasn't the case there. They completed the pass. Probably would have been better off just dropping the football and making an incompletion as opposed to catching it and losing that kind of yardage.
Here's a pass swung out left to his running back. It'll be a gain of 5. And that's going to lead to a 3rd and 12. We'll see what they have drawn up here. A little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a 1st down. Duggan looking to throw. And he's unable to haul it in, so it falls incomplete over the middle third of the field, and that brings up fourth. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he is going to have the Rams first down. And it is a big letdown there defensively. They somehow allowed to convert on 4th and long. They'll try the left side with Connor. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. Here's 2nd and 3. Duggan now to throw. And a quick throw here. That's complete. And the Rams are going to have a 1st and goal as the tackle is made at about the 5. Off the bootleg. Dugan. Allen has it left side. And he was able to shed one tackle but could not get away from there. 2nd and goal from inside the 5. Connor is going to go backwards. He'll lose yardage back to the 5. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
And they're going to get him. They bring him down to the sack back at the 16-yard line. The field goal doesn't help. They're going to go for the 6 here on 4th and goal. Now they go for it on 4th, but this one is going to wind up incomplete. They had the play call on 4th and goal, but it's dropped in the end zone. And this long drive is going to wind up yielding nothing. Well, that's another mistake there on the drop pass on 4th, and we've seen them do things like this all game.
It's not hard to figure out why they're down by that deficit. They haven't made plays that are going to keep them in the game or win the game all game long. That's another example right there. It all boils down at the end of it to execution. Either you make the play or you don't.
2nd and 7 from the 20. Now a give up the middle. This is White looking for a seam but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've converted 3 times in 8 chances. This is 3rd and 7. And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here.
Encroachment, defense.
A bit of a jump there, CD. He breaks the line, and that'll be 5 yards.
And you've got to stay more disciplined than that, Brandon. That's just a free gift to the offense.
And the penalty makes this a much more manageable 3rd down, 3rd and 2. They stay on the ground with White. And he's going to have the 1st down yardage to the 35. Here's Bolden. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Wrecking the defense there was Brandon Smith. Back to stop him before he got to the line of scrimmage. So the 1st down run lost a couple. Now they come up 2nd and 12. Now it's Bolden. It'll be a gain of 5, and it's going to bring up a 3rd and about 7 left.
But you got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball because they were in a 2nd and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to 3rd and manageable with that run.
On 3rd down, a run from White. And a good swarm to the football defensively as they get him down at about the 40. Just a gain of 2 there, and it's going to bring up a 4th down.
Well, that's not a run that's going to make any of the highlight tapes, but they've been moving it well all game on the ground. This is another one that keeps them moving forward.
Here's A.J. Cole now as he'll come on for his 5th kick of the night. Calls for the fair catch, makes the fair catch just inside the 15-yard line. So this one a victory for the Las Vegas Raiders. And it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the 2nd half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the 2nd quarter. Do you think they thought at all that would be their last points of the game?
No, but what a second half. The adjustment, whatever they did in the locker room, it certainly worked.
It certainly did, and you're exactly right. Whether it was an adjustment, whether it was just more focus on what they planned to do going in, whether they just played better, whatever it was, it all came together in the second half, and no points were allowed. That's a great way to close them out.
So that'll just about do it for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. With that, we say good night from Los Angeles.